I'm not the greatest at managing things. I lose my wallet constantly. I got my app shortcuts and folders all over the place. Whenever I go out, my keys also lost. It happens every time. And my uploads? I would love to upload more, but time is impossible for me to even keep track of. What day is it today? I have no idea. I've been spending my time playing Terraria, avoiding my lack of confidence. But apparently I can't escape it here either.
Angel, why the fuck do you put random shit in chests, man?
Oh yeah. I forgot they're organized. Oops. Being like this makes it a little more difficult to play video games. Being able to organize and manage your things makes it a lot easier to just, you know, actually experience the game rather than having to constantly look through a bunch of boxes to see where everything is. Look at my Minecraft toolbar. Why do I have uncooked chicken there? My sword should always be in the first slot. It should always be there. But I can still play. I can still enjoy the game. I can still progress even with my setbacks. Organization and management skills, 2 important parts of improving your life and being a functional human being. Throw that shit away. That's not really necessary for the games that I play.
It wasn't me!
But you know, there's a deep corner of the video game sphere that I have merely dipped my hands into. A genre that I have learned to stay away from for that very reason. Hey! Fire! What the fuck? No! Do I hate these games? No. Are they impossible for me to navigate?
Essential for progression to
yeah, a little bit. However, I am willing to try anything, regardless of how I feel about it. And how do I feel? Okay, none of this is working. Despair and frustration? Maybe. Factorio is a game about automation and resource management, because you decided it would be a little silly to crash land in Australia, and that's not cool. The big ants do not like your presence. So, instead of just giving up like any normal person would, who would go to Australia, you try and escape. By slowly siphoning resources from the ground, you begin making drills to mine patches of coal, copper, and iron, and using conveyor lines, you send them off to mechanical arms that shove them into furnaces that turn iron into iron plates. Stay with me, this is important. You place down more conveyor belts for more items to pass through. Place some electrical stuff to turn on your automation machines and place more conveyor belts to make more conveyor belts that go into other automation machines. Chop some wood down for yourself, then place down some rails for a train. Yeah, there you go. Put some stuff in a chest and then place some factory lights and boom. Now you have yourself a fully self-automated factory and can launch your brand new spaceship to go back home.
Factorio. En el día de hoy os voy a enseñar.
Usually, a game like this, I would not touch. Especially when it's obviously extremely complex. It's never been my strong suit to learn or understand complicated video games like this. Now, if this was Papa's Pizzeria, though, maybe we can have a conversation. This is not Papa's Pizzeria. This is the photos you see on Twitter meant to make you think you're having a stroke because you can't make out a single thing on the screen. But that's also why I wanted to play it. Yeah, it looks intimidating to the point where I don't even want to give it a chance, but I know this game is good. Everyone says this game is good and amazing and fantastic. So I said, hey, I want to get addicted and be smart and be an engineer as well. I also want to have fun, guys. How hard can this game possibly be? Turns out, it's actually really confusing. Didn't help that I skipped the tutorial. Okay. Alright. First thing that you ever do in a video game, if you see trees, is chop down wood. That's the first thing. I can make 406 wooden chests. That doesn't sound right. What the fuck? Okay, I'm assuming you're supposed to put like a conveyor belt on here or something with a chest. What the fuck? It's not working. Wait, hold on, I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Wait. Oh, hell no. I'm not an expert on making judgments on time, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't take someone 2 hours to learn how to make iron mining automatic and have it be placed in a chest. What? Oh, okay, there we go. This is great. I love this. Oh my god, that's so satisfying. Funnily enough, the tutorial teaches you how to do that in 5 minutes. I highly recommend you take that route and save yourself a lot of Grief. Shoot enemy spacebar. Oh. But I didn't really have a hand to hold, unfortunately. I was kind of just left to fend for myself. Oh! With a lot of puzzles to solve. Like, what does this do? What do I even do? How did I crash? And how the fuck did I not die? Look at this shit. Clash of Clans potions. If I get 200 of these, I become the Human Torch. If I need to make all this to beat the game, I'm not sure if I can do that. But as the sand reaches the bottom of the hourglass, something weird happens. Even with no direction, you start to actually learn. And I don't mean learning the controls. The basic ones are pretty simple. You place things with left click and you remove things with right click. You drag items with your mouse and place them in places that they can be placed. You learn this in about 3 seconds. Not to say that Factorio is the pinnacle of simple controls and design. There are still plenty of keybinds and more efficient ways to do things that you might not be aware of. But even then, the game tells you how everything is made. And it's really fucking daunting to look at. But it's a simple game of what do I need first. So now I want electric stuff because I feel like this is very inefficient. Okay, the boiler comes first and then the steam engine burns fuel to turn water into steam. So how do you get water? Offshore pump. Pumps fluid from a body of water. So you need an electric output for this. To get an electric output, you need copper cables. In order to get copper you need plates. In order to get copper plates, you need copper ore. So there we go. Actually, wasn't even that hard. Holy shit. At least the game provides you with solid information that you can put together yourself. Otherwise, back into the rabbit hole you go. Factorio is actually fairly easy to digest in the beginning, which lets you focus on other things. How things work, what goes where, making the red drink and slowly going down the research tree and finding out that the blue arm is faster than the yellow one. Having steam and turning it into electricity so you don't have to put coal in every arm and drill that you have. Finding out the basics of automation and experimenting with everything that you have at your disposal. You learn everything like a child having Legos for the first time, learning how to put pieces together and seeing what comes out of it. Lots of trial and error, but eventually what comes out is something that works. Oh wait, fuck. I forgot to... Sometimes. Similar games, some of them are great, you know, I play them on occasion, but the amount of time that I had to spend to learn what buttons to press to activate a certain mechanic or what menus you have yet to open that you didn't even know about. How many more paragraphs you'll have to read to learn how to even play. And next thing you know, rather than actually making stuff, your first session was spent memorizing keybinds and descriptions. It can be pretty off-putting. Connects is cool. But give me the Legos, I'd rather have those. Having a game be really complex, but with a relatively simple interface and controls actually helped me a lot. Count me in. That made this a lot more bearable and more confident. Oh, pollution. My dog can probably play this game. Ooh, red potions, here we go. Okay. Now what? Confidence and getting in way over my head are my specialties. This is what I need for the fucking bugs. And Factorio has a specialty to amplify that. The simplicity and progress you make in the beginning is what hooks you. You get very confident, you learn a lot by yourself, and things start to work in your favor. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. This is what I need right now. Oh. Ooh, that hurts. Fuck, you can't see me. It makes you think you can do it. It makes you think that its teeth aren't as sharp as you thought it was. It blinds you for a bit and makes you believe that you're better than you thought you were. Yeah, Angel, you've made a solid production line of iron. Wow. Look at your beautiful self-automated coal inserters for your steam engines. Oh, but what happens if there's too much coal? Ah, a chest. You're very, very smart. Good job. Oh, look at those turrets you've placed. You're fucking ready for everything. And you've got extra drills now to mine for more resources, and look at how much you've researched. Ah, finally. Lime juice drink. It makes you think you have everything down to a T. It makes you think you can expand quicker, to progress faster. It makes you think you can manage. And then, in the midst of your manic state, and it's not subtle, everything stops. Literally stops. Okay, that's a lot of coal. I don't know what to do with all this besides adding more chests. Your confidence drops, your mind does a complete 180, and all of a sudden, you're in complete disaster. Okay, I don't know what to research next. There's too much now. Do I need trains or do I need red? Are you kidding me? I hate these bugs so Okay, why is there raw iron running through my lights? Let me try to build something. Hold on. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Nothing. Nothing is working and everything is broken. Oh, dude, this is way too much. I built way too much. What am I doing? Congratulations. You've learned the basics of the game. Now, you need to learn how to think. Hello, Puddles. My dog. Can you give me a step-by-step guide on please help me. The bugs are causing damage on progressing past logistic science pack. Also, originally, I was gonna quit the game right here at the 4-hour mark. I said, fuck no. I'm not gonna rebuild this entire thing again. It's too hard. I'm overwhelmed. I knew I wasn't meant for the game anyways. What the hell was I thinking? Uninstall. It's really easy for me to give up on things. It's one of the major flaws that I have personally, but here's the thing. I really enjoyed those 4 hours. Part of me wanted to keep playing, and the other half saw all of the reviews of people saying you won't learn and be proficient until you've got 15,000 hours sunken into the game. And there's no way in hell I was gonna do that. I'm already doing my time somewhere else. At least I thought. What was in the game that made me stay? Not that, but for the way that this game is built, chemically and atomically similar to certain addictive substances. This is the very first time a game has made me feel differently about how I solve and approach problems. Yes. Yes, dude. Yes. Fucking yes. Not that I solve many on my own, but that's besides the point. But imagine a DoorDash driver. Wow. Typically, you go from house to house delivering food that people have ordered by picking it up at a restaurant. Got the wrong order? No, he's not very happy. So what happens now? 1 star and DoorDash refunds them. That's all that happens, and you move on. Now imagine that same driver, except now, every restaurant has one type of food. If they run out of food, it's permanent, and everyone around you is very, very hungry. And if you don't get them their order on time, DoorDash makes you disappear. Now you have to prioritize certain people, figure out what specific restaurants are closest to specific houses, come up with multiple routes that go from restaurants to houses to other houses so that you aren't late, find other restaurants that aren't out of food, create more routes, and then more. And now, oh my god, don't ever let me draw ever again. Taking everything you do into account is really overwhelming. Everything you place is in relation to everything you've placed before that. Every conveyor line, every resource that's smelted, every electric pole, every track is connected to the rest of your factory. It's all one big living system. And if you've got a build in mind or something that needs to be fixed, there's not one way to do it. I don't think I'm doing this right. And that usually happens every time you restart. You don't think certain parts of your factory are a problem, so you keep moving along, and you hit a certain point where your factory isn't up to par to create more complex systems and items, and then everything falls apart. And there's some great potential in there if you've been paying attention and applying yourself, that you'll get further down that tree, the more you fuck everything up. Because now you're sitting there wondering where it all went wrong. With each factory you make, you're improving, solving problems faster, adjusting certain parts of your build and making them more efficient and easier to understand. Everything you do in this game is an opportunity to learn a new way to do something. And that includes even when your first factory was a giant pile of shit. You still learned something, even though it failed. Doesn't matter. You delete it and you start again. This time with a different plan. That's what made me stay. Solving problems in the way that I want to solve them, or at least the ways that I can figure out how. Your outcome is all dependent on you, your brain, and how well it can manage and how creative it can be. It makes the fruits of your labor a lot more satisfying. Unless you just go on YouTube and look up guides, of course, which I'm pretty sure we all do at a certain point. Look at me, I'm doing it too. God damn, it's 5 a.m. My god, I need to be quiet. I didn't know it was that late. I'm not an expert on this game. I have, as of right now, about 50 hours. I'm not even close to beating it, or have come close to getting anywhere near the complexity than the other factories I see online or in other servers. But even then, I'm still able to experience what a lot of these reviews are saying. Difficult, addicting, and a lot of learning. Confusion and complexity too, not to the degree that you get when you move further down in hours, but I'd consider that enough for me. I'm not really one to play these types of games. Just like how I was never one to enjoy coding in my computer science class, too impatient to learn Python and JavaScript and whatever else they had me doing back in high school, which is funny because even though it's not entirely related, Factorio can unintentionally teach you important concepts when it comes to actual engineering.
Oh, vertical scaling. See, vertical.
How about we change the curriculum, shall we? This would fare far better for me. I'd have a good time. And I did have a good time. Not the, oh, look at that cool cutscene, that was awesome, great storytelling, or the damn, I just blew that guy's head off because of my muscle memory type of fun and excitement.
My God.
It was more of the look at what I did. Something that I created and spent time thinking about worked in a game that didn't tell me how or what to do to get that thing I needed to progress. Did that even make sense? It's a puzzle of finding out what you're supposed to do next, within another puzzle of finding out how. Going through that entire process, I think, is a really good feeling. A feeling which I can only assume is what drives people to have 15,000 hours. I don't know. I like the way a belt fills with stuff and it moves. That looks cool. You don't have to play that long to get a fun experience out of the game. Part of the fun is failing and fixing what's failed, which is like all the time. If you like doing that and you have a lot of free time and a lot of patience and money, I'd say go for it. It's worth the price. It's worth your time. So you too can say, oh wow, look at what I did. That's pretty cool. With the help of this YouTube video. Hello. So for like the 10 people that have still been subscribed to me and watched my last video like 8 months ago, or if you're new and you stuck around, I just want to say thank you. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened in between the time frame. And I appreciate everyone who stuck around. And if you enjoyed, which I'm assuming you did, or maybe, I don't know, you like fell asleep or something, in which case, hello, you should check out my Patreon. It was originally a monthly subscription, but, you know, if you look back at it, I haven't really been keeping up with any of the promises I made on there, so I'm just going to make it free for now, and once I start uploading more consistently and actually having more content out on the Patreon, I'll just add some, like, subscription tiers to it. I do want to make this my full-time gig. I enjoy making this stuff a lot. If you want to go see, like, more behind-the-scenes stuff, like how I make these videos, or if you just want to watch me rant in, like, a non-scripted but semi-scripted style, I think you should go follow. I think it'll be really good for you. Link is going to be in the description. Thank you.